Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn how to install EVNG in Google Cloud Platform. So you can do it free of cost within the trial version because Google offers it 3 months for free. That's like $300 and that's more than sufficient if you want to do some practice for the Google Cloud as well as for the EVNG. Though like you can install it on your PC, that's no problem. People used to do it and I have recorded that session for that as well. But sometimes your computer resources are not sufficient to do that, or they are having some issues to proceed further, like images are not working properly, or the devices are not getting started. So in that case, you can use this Google Cloud Platform. All right. So how can you do that? Very first thing, you can go to this search with the Google Cloud like this, right? So if you do that, you will see that I got the first link as a Google Cloud Platform. So you will see this page like this. So this is an option. You can see that it is saying as a get started for free. You can click on it. It will ask you some basic details. You can see it here. It is saying that you will get $300 free credit and it is valid for the 90 days. So you have to use your trial version within that limit. Okay. Agree and continue. So I will just increase the font size so that you can view it clearly. I will do it right here. All right, so you can see that it has created some payment profile. So I have to add one payment method. So let me click on the start free if I can do it. So it needs, you see that it is saying there's a required section. So one payment method is required. So I will add a payment method here and I'm going to use a credit card. So you can use your credit card. I will just mask it or skip this part. When I add the card and click on this start free, it asks me to verify the purchase. So I will verify that am I the genuine user, whatever I have added it here in the card or not. So it has sent me an OTP. I'll add it. After payment, it goes for the verification. So I will click on the proceed to verification. So it is saying that please verify your payment information to enable your payment method. Upload a photo or copy of your card, MasterCard. So I will just quickly upload it and then get back to you. After that, you can see that it is giving an option that thanks for submitting information. We will review it and get back to you in a few days. So you may have to wait for a while. Meanwhile, your accounts get activated. Got it? Okay, I can close it. Okay, I can fill these details. So I will just say as a individual is it option? No. Okay, let's get in others. Optional. Okay. Who want to brought to Google? This one. Next, what are the interest I have in the security? So do is there an option in the security? No, so I'll just click some things. Next, and describe your role. So I am a security professional. Done. Okay, name and all, just forget it about. So now let's see if I can create a new project and use it for that. So yeah, I can create a product like EVNG installation, you can say. Okay, organization name I'm not giving. Let's proceed. and now it should be able to, it's just like creating the project. So I will select that now. Okay, and now if I scroll down, I should have option of the create VM. Okay, so if I go on this create VM, that's basically part of your compute engine. Okay, so I can enable this compute engine. Okay, you can click on this enable. I think that may have to account that verify. Yeah, so that's an goes to the enable billing, so that I have to wait because my account is still to be activated. After a few days, I want to check whether my account has been activated or not. So let me go to my Google platform. So you can directly go to that Google Cloud platform. That's one way, like you can click here. Another way, you can directly jump onto the console.cloud.google.com. Okay, so you can go in either ways. Okay, so I am just going via console.cloud.com, and let me quickly switch my account here because I was using in this specific account. Okay, so you can see that my 7 rupees has been charged till now from the credit. Okay, so that was done because of I tried to enable a VM, and then there's an option of the activate cloud shell. So if you remember the earlier that it was asking me to enable the compute engine. So rather than I will just jump onto this cloud shell. Okay. So I go here and now you can see that my cloud shell has been enabled. So it will ask me to continue, right? So I will continue with that one and it will basically open a cloud platform. So what I have to do now, I have to go back again to the TVNG cookbook, which I have closed it, and then we will see all the options that what slowly we have to do it, right? So basically my main purpose as of now is to get the command which is mentioned there because it will be helpful for you as well. So if I go to the Google Cloud form, page number 33, right? So here there is a large command. You see that this is mentioned here. So that one you have to copy it here. Okay. And it's good if you put it on the notepad because that should be basically a one line code. And if you do it in the multiple, it gives you an error. Okay. So what I have done, I will just copy it on the notepad and try to make it in the one liner. So for example, this you see that this is has come on the some second line. So what I will do, I will delete this and make in a space view word wrap. If I enable, I think this is fine now, right? So you see that everything seems to be in one line right now. So I will scroll right. It seems good now. VMX. Let me go back to our command, right? So VMX, I think it should not give any error now. So now my uh, cloud shell is ready here, you see, right? So now I will just copy that command and paste it here. So that will make basically a VM active. So I will paste it here and hit enter. Google Cloud image create and argument. This one. Okay. So it is saying that the source image family, okay, this one it has not recognized, so I have to correct it. Source image project is equals to, let me try once again. I think there was this one as a VM option, so I'll just try like that. Okay, so you can just copy this command same as it is, right? So just make sure that it is same as mentioned in the EVNG cookbook. So if it is different, it will be like creating multiple errors what it has been with me. Okay, so let me hit enter now. What's happening? Looking a little bit positive. I'm not seeing any error as of now. I have to go here on the Google Cloud, right? And here I have to go on to the compute engines. So has it done? I think, yeah, it has done it, right? So with this now, basically what it has done, it has installed an Ubuntu on our uh, yeah, Ubuntu platform. So another way it was that you can directly go on to the marketplace and you can do it from there, right? Here it from the marketplace, you can deploy an Ubuntu, but the same way we have done from like following the command from the cookbook. So that's like we are following the same steps. Otherwise, you could have get it from the market store as well, right? So now coming back to our next step, which is mentioned on the cookbook, that's the deploying a compute engine and creating a VM instance here, right? And we are already in the project what we created as an EVNG here, okay? And I will also zoom it a little bit so that you can view it clearly. 150. All right. So now you can see that I'm in the creating an instance directly because I have enabled that compute engine API. So in case you have not enabled it, so you will see the same option what you just saw in the previous video. You just have to enable the compute engine. Once you enable it, you fall in the uh, like this. If I go into this compute engine, you will see like this. Okay, here under this compute engine, and if you want to go back or navigate somewhere, you can click here on the dashboard. So this is the dashboard, and you can see that a lot of options of this compute engine, firewall, VPC network. Over there you can see the firewall or this Vertex AI, IAM admin, billings. All of the options are available. You can go through as per your requirement. So now going to our requirement, we are going to create a VM instance. Okay, so I'm inside the compute engine, and inside that I'm on the VM instances. I will click on this create instance. Okay, name I will give it as a EVNG practice. Okay, equals to, I cannot give, I have to give hyphen. That's fine. Reason, you can select any of your convenient reason. I will go for the default one, use central one. Okay, but in fact you can also like choose if you are like in Europe or any other corresponding reason, you can select them. It will maybe like nearest to your location, so may perform well as well. But anyways, the use reasons are also works fine, so I can select those. You can select zone, that on which zone basically you want this VM instance to be created. Okay, so let's say I create it as a US Central 1B. Any option is also fine. If you select with any, it will be creating in any of the reason this instance will be created. If you go down a little bit, there are like multiple types of the compute engine what you are going to create. So it's like C4, consistently high performance, ARM based consistent high performance. But I'm fine with the balanced price and performance. I don't want to go with a high performance but very high price. Okay, so I want to compromise with like trade off between the price and performance. So N2 will be the best one. In fact, N1 is also fine. That's also balanced. N2D is also fine. But let's go with the N2 because that's need the lower CPU. So this is you see that that's going for like 224. This is going to the lower side. So N1 is like quite low. N2D is quite high. N2 is like mid level. So I'm just going with N2. Okay. So if I select with N2, then it gives me the further an option that how many CPU you want to use and how much memory you want to use it. Okay, so accordingly you will see that this price here right now, you see that there's a $57.72 that will be changing according to the configuration you selected. Okay, so for example, I selected for the 8 CPU core and 32 GB. You will see that how much price we are getting. It's like something like $227.87, right? So if you're fine, you can go with that. Otherwise, I'm fine with like 4 CPU and 16 GB RAM as well. So that's something like $114 per month. This is the price whenever you run your machine 24 cross 7. So obviously you're not going to do it because you only put your machine on only when you are doing the lab. So that's where basically save the money. If you keep on continuously running this, it will exhaust your this free credits and you might not be used it. But it's still like if you are going with this 114, you have like total 200 sorry $300. So still it will last around like 2 and 2.5 months. So that's more than sufficient to do the practice. Okay, after that one there's like some advanced configuration if you want to look onto it, but that's fine. I don't think that you will be like quite interesting on these. So you can still check it like I until I like or later, because if you don't know anything, just let it be on automatic and that's fine. Same thing with the core ratio, that how many CPU should be per core and all. So that's fine. If you're not don't know anything, forget it. Next thing is the next section, that is the OS and storage. Okay, so right now you can see that the disk size I'm using, that is a 10 GB, but that's basically quite low, so I'll make it to 100 GB. So obviously this will like change the cost, but not as compared to the compute engine, because computing resources are like very high cost. The disk and all, they are not charged so much. Okay, next thing is your custom images. So custom images, I'm using the Ubuntu, so I will just go for that one. Okay, so this is basically like you are installing this EVNG over the Ubuntu. So that's why I'm going for the nested Ubuntu jamming. So nested is very important in some of your PCs. The nested virtualization is not enabled, and because of that, you are not able to start your devices inside the EVNG. So nested is very important. So that's what we are using here. Okay. Next thing is a boot disk type, balanced persistent disk or extreme persistence. So I will go for the SSD for the optimum performance. Okay. Networking and all, I will select here. Okay, this is select, and then I will go for the networking. So I will allow HTTP and HTTPS both. Okay. Network tags and all not required. IP forwarding is also fine. I may need to enable it later on, but let's leave it as of now. Okay. And network interface is permanent. So this is going to be your private IP address 10.128.0 or something. Okay. And the maximum outbound bandwidth they are giving you, this 10 Gbps, like that's quite huge, right? And observability and security. So here you can like select allow default access, allow full access to the cloud APIs. So as of now, let it be remain the same as it is. Okay, so don't change them. If required, we will discuss them again, that what needs to be changed. So one of them will be required to add a firewall rule. So we'll just doing that later on, but as of now, let's just create your VM. Okay, so I'll just create the VM. It will take a while to create this VM. Meanwhile, what I will do, I will open my EVNG cookbook, what I have to do next. So whatever we are doing right now, we are just doing creating a VM of the Ubuntu. Not basically, we have not installed EVNG or something. We have not done that one. We are just creating a virtual machine with the name of EVNG, and the OS on this was the Ubuntu. That's what we selected. That what OS we want to install it, right? So Ubuntu we selected, and that's what it is installing, and the virtual machine is getting created. Okay. Once this virtual machine has been created, then we will try to install the EVNG from the commands. We look onto this cookbook. Okay, so I will just show you that what are the commands to install the EVNG, and obviously like, we are going to do that as well. Page number 33. So till now we have done this console is done, this part was done. Okay, so now we have done this part, compute engine, VM instances. We have created this as well. This part is done. This is also done. So that's what we did. Listed Ubuntu Jammy, that is also done. We allowed default access, that was there. Allow HTTP. So I have also allowed the HTTPS. That's fine. EVNG CV installation. So now that's what we are going to do it here. So after that, this EVNG machine, we see it here. So that's here now. Its instance is running. Okay. So next thing what we have to do, we have to open the SSH. Like see, that's now it's saying as a open SSH. So we are going to click it here on the SSH. That's going to open a putty session or like command line session with our Ubuntu machine. It try to authenticate as well that I am the genuine user, and here we go. So now you can run the commands here. Okay, so I can increase the font size, or yeah, I can. So medium, let it be large, better. So I think you can view it properly now, right? Good. So now I will go there here on the EVNG cookbook, and that's the very first command is sudo I. So that's required for the root access. Like right now, you see that I'm with the user with something like Shyam K. Shukla, and now I will just do sudo -I. So that will change the prompt from here to root. So you see that I'm now the root user, and I'm going to use it. So as after the root user, I have to run this command wget bash I. So that's basically like going to EVNG website and running some script install EVSH. Okay. And after that, running that script, this will install the EVNG on this Ubuntu. So I will paste it here and hit enter. So it takes a while to install it. Sometimes it takes longer as well. So I will just pause this section to save the time and come back to you whenever it needs a next input. So now installation has been done. Now you can see that I have like come to this prompt, and next thing, two things I have to do: apt update and apt upgrade. So I will just run these commands as well. Apt update. So it will basically fetch all the updates available. Okay. So 13 packages can be upgraded, it said. So I will also try to upgrade it. So it's saying that after operation do that, this 2048 bytes of additional disk will be used. So I'm okay with it. Yes. And after that one, it may take the restart as well. So it says that new kernel available. I'm okay with it. Hit enter. And which services should be restarted? All of them. I'm okay with the default one. So it says that no VM guests are running. Outdated hypervisor, QEMU, that's fine. So nothing is outdated and everything is fine. Okay. So next thing, what I will do in order to take that effect, I will reboot this machine. So give the command as reboot. So now connection has been terminated. After a few seconds or a minute, I will retry this connection. After that, the VM comes back. Okay. I will retry now. Or I can also check on that background. Okay, let it check first. So establishing the connection to the server and saying that the type the root password. Okay, so we are just setting up the root password. So you can see that right now I may not be able to type anything. So you have to do the control C. So once you do the control C and hit enter, you can see that I have been went on to the top there. Okay, I can write something, and after that one, you have to go to this root section. So you have to do the sudo hyphen I, that is a root user, and now I should be able to. Right, so that's what we have to do. I just missed a little bit. So what you have to do basically, that you have to enter this sudo I. Once you enter the sudo I, that prompt is automatically start taking the password. So if you type your password, you might not be seeing it. Okay, that's what it was happening with me. So you just type it like after the sudo hyphen I. Okay, once you do the sudo hyphen I, and you will see that uh, you type something that will be the root password. Okay, and whatever you will be typing, you might not be seeing it here. Okay, and then hit enter. Once you hit enter, it will ask you to repeat your password because you are setting your root password. So it will ask you to repeat that one. If you type it correctly twice, basically like it will verify that whatever you entered the last time, that's also the same. And then hit enter, you will fall it into this window. Okay, so the password, I have just done it, so I don't want to go back for that. Okay, and now if you see it here, so type the short host name for the EVNG. So I'm fine with this name with the EVNG. That's okay. I'm just hitting enter. Now it is saying that type the DNS domain name for the system. So I don't want to change it. That's why I'm hitting enter. And it's configured as a DHCP. So I'm fine with the DHCP. I will hit enter. Type the host name and IP address of the NTP. So I do not have any NTP server right now. Click OK. Choose how to VM can connect to the internet. Obviously, direct connection. I don't have any proxy or any authenticated proxy. So I'll just hit enter. After that one, you will see that the connection has been terminated once again. It means basically like it is trying to make the connection once again with the new IP address. Okay, so that's fine. I will retry. So the part what I have missed, so I will repeat it once again. Like once you reconnect it and you see that the window prompt is coming, that will be coming with your like your default username. So you have to enter the sudo I. Okay, so once you enter the sudo I, now whatever you will be typing, that will be typing on that window prompt, like whatever the root it was saying as root password. Okay, and you will not be able to see it. So if you don't see it, still you set your password without seeing, and that's the default behavior of the Ubuntu or any of the Linux machine. You can't see the password, and once you have typed your required password, hit enter. It will ask you to reconfirm, type that again and hit enter. And after that one, you will see that what I just started that EVNG window. Okay, so now it has come back once again. Awesome. So now my EVNG has been set it up. Now you need that what IP is having of my EVNG. So you can go back to your page on your Google Cloud Platform. Okay, this is this one. There was one more here. So you can see that here's your VM instances and your external IP is 35.225.234.8. Okay, so I will just use this IP and paste it here. Hit enter. So it's saying that it's not working. No worries. I will put it, remove the S and put with the HTTP connection. So once you go, now you see that your EVNG prompt has come up. So I will zoom a little bit. I will log in with my credentials and go with the HTML5 console and sign in. Perfect. So now you can see that you're on the same page, how basically you access on your normal EVNG on your PC, whatever you have installed. Only difference is rather than your private IP address, now you are accessing via public IP address, something like 35.225.234.8. Whatever you see it here, same IP. Clear? And now if I create a new lab, my test lab, this is for the guys who just like quite new for the EVNG itself. And you can also watch my previous video, like other videos where I have mentioned like how to install the EVNG on the local PC. There I have mentioned all the steps even after this one. Also the how you can download the images. Okay, so that video you can go into my YouTube channel. I will also provide it on the description, that video link. And you can also click on this right in the top section, that's I section will be coming, that's also showing that video. You can directly go over there and go to that video basically. But let me show you here that how basically you can go to node. So here VPCs will be available automatically, so you can add the VPC. Okay, and you can start it same way. Like if you want to transfer the images, so you have to use your WinSCP. Okay, and on the WinSCP, what you have to do this time, you have to be careful. Okay, so enter the new site. What you have to do, you have to enter this public IP. Close this, go down, new session. Okay, so under this new host name, you have to use the same IP whatever you are trying to access for the Windows, like this EVNG GUI 35.225.234.8, and the username will be the root, and the password whatever you just set no, set during the reboot. After reboot, it was asking you to set the password. The same password you have to provide it here. And once you hit enter, you will see that it will give you some accepting the keys, and then you can transfer your images in the same way as we did on the local PC setup. Okay, so the path was OPT, QEMU, no, not QEMU, Unit Lab, add-ons, and here there are three sections: Dynamics, IOL, and QEMU. So firewall will go under the QEMU. Your iOS images will be going the under the Dynamics. So here under the QEMU, you can put your any other firewall. So right now, let's suppose I want to transfer my FortiGate firewall. I can transfer it here. Okay. So now I can add the FortiGate firewall. So I will just write type 40, Fortinet FortiGate. That's available now. Save. and now I can start it. Perfect. I can click it here, and you will see the CLI of the FortiGate, that how basically it is starting. So that's basically like part of, like, if you know FortiGate, that's fine. If you don't know, you have to use the IIS, Palo Alto, or any other device, whatever supported by EVNG. But this video was how to install the EVNG. So that's what we have done till now. For any queries or some other section, you can obviously write on the comment section. I'll be really happy to help you out. So let's see if I can do it. Admin. So that's the default password. I will change to admin 123, and that's how the FortiGate is running very fine. All right. So I'll stop it here. If you have any questions, feel free to write. I'll be happy to help you out for any queries. So obviously, I will just give you the link for the link of my video, which was I prepared for the installing EVNG on the local PC, and that will be helping you out to download the images and how to transport. So the transfer I have already shown you. And one very most important thing, once you are done with this practice, okay, once you're done with the practice, stop this device from here. Okay, from here, don't just directly, if you are done the lab, don't close it directly from the browser window. If you directly close the browser window or open this tab, this machine will still be running, and this machine will be running. You will be keep on charging the money. You will be charged for that amount, right? So if I go to that billing section, you will see, okay, so it shows you that how much amount you have consumed of your free credit, or like your real credit if you are using the paid account. So you can see that this much money I have used till now, 8.14 rupees. Okay, so if I will keep running that VM, it means that I'm continuously charged. Okay, so if I shut down that machine, it doesn't mean that I will charge nothing, but yeah, my compute resources will be free, and because of that the charges only will be for the disk space, that's comparatively quite low. But if you keep on running this VM, your computing resources are allocated to you, it was going to be very high charge. And obviously whatever the amount you saw, right, 157 or 11 $110 per month, the same amount will be charged. So if you shut down this machine, stop it, then you can save your money. Okay, so you will be built only for these reserve resources: persistent disk, static IP address, but not for the computing resources. Okay, and okay, so if the process are still running, so the next thing you can do, like, you can stop all the devices from here. Okay, that's like good practice. You can stop the devices from here very first, and then you shut down your VM from here. So it will gracefully shut down. You can see that here there's green will be gone. You see that the message here, stopping EVNG practice. So after once it is completely stopped, it will take, it's basically like 30 seconds or 1 minute to stop it. And then you can close your window. And whenever you need a practice, just start from here, this window, and then you can utilize it. Okay. So that's it. And that was like, I think, informative enough. Feel free to get me back over the writing the comment section or your feedback. I will be really happy to help you out. And yeah, just one more thing, that I have some recorded sessions as well on my website. You can learn those as well. For example, you want to learn any this self-learning, like let's suppose cybersecurity, we have this CCNA, Linux for Hackers. We have the FortiGate firewall, Checkpoint, Palo Alto, F5 load balancer. So these are like recorded sessions, free, and these are available on the YouTube. But you can get the links here. Let's suppose I open the Palo Alto firewall. So you can see that all of them available here, right? You can click on here, you will be going to the YouTube, but you get the consolidated list here. For example, you want to see CCNA, you can see that multiple sessions for the CCNA. You can go any of them and it will be redirected to your YouTube channel. All right. So that's how it is. And I hope my VM instance would have been stopped till now. Yeah, VM is stopped, and now you will see like something like this. And amount will be charged will be comparatively low. All right, guy, I'll stop it here. Thank you for it, and see you soon in the next video. I don't know what I'm going to create. Bye bye.